think we have Abike Dabiri in the studio now. Good morning, madam. Are you there?
Good morning, ladies of the view.
Good to have you.
Good morning.
So we've been talking about this issue of hashtag Black Lives Matter, and especially our focus is what do African Americans expect of us in Africa to show support for them? Because we saw a few videos trending saying that we've been quiet. We heard that the president in Ghana was given an open invitation. I knew you were working on something similar, but it's good that you're on the show now to tell us exactly, has Nigeria officially responded or given any kind of support to the black community in America?
Well, I don't know what you mean by officially, but the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, along with the Nigerian Council for Arts and Culture, we actually had a very emotional event just a few days ago, where we honored, which we held in memory of George Floyd and every black person that has been racially discriminated against. And our message was very clear. While we're not getting involved in American politics, we're saying that, you know, as long as you're a black person anywhere in the world, and the African continent remains the way it is, the world will continue to look down on you as a black person. Mm-hmm. And yes, you've mentioned the fact that we have something in Badagry, the door of return. You see, here's the message. One of my ladies there said something about before you invite them to come, what are you giving? That's not the point. The point really is this. They want to know their history. You see, there are a lot of things we take for granted here. They want to know where they're coming from. And Nigeria has extended a hand of open door to them. Now, what we did in Badagry is like connecting them spiritually, physically, emotionally, and economically to their roots. It's a very emotional event. The key thing is, I don't think it's right to say that Africa has not opened their door. We have opened our doors to them, and they are coming. Maybe we're not publicizing it enough, but they are coming. A group has come for the third time to Lagos, to Nigeria, to Abuja, to find out where they came from. So really, we are taking a lot of things for granted. But I agree with you that Africa needs to do more. But we're at that stage where we're saying, you say, come home, this is your motherland. Come to the continent. It's not a perfect continent. Yes, when you come here, you don't have 24-hour electricity and all that. But they know that. But that's not stopping them from saying they want to know their roots. So yes, it's beginning to happen. And it's going to get better with African Americans coming to discover their roots.
Right.
It's a huge continent. Some are for Nigeria, some are for Ghana, some are for Senegal,
right,
some are for Gambia, but Africa is open to them.
Okay.
And I think that message is resonating amongst them.
I'm surprised this event you're talking about was not well publicized, because I didn't hear about it. And that my ears are to the ground for this kind of event. How come we didn't hear about it?
Well, maybe you didn't hear about it. Well, I wouldn't know why, but we started that event as just between me and somebody in Badagry. But as our last year, the Lagos State government got involved. We had about 50 from America. And if you didn't hear about it, maybe you hear about it more. We publicized it, but maybe not enough. But the thing is, it was a deep event. And in fact, for this year, we already have about 100 coming in October, but we have to cancel it because of COVID-19, but we still do a virtual event. So it's going to get better and bigger, and you'll be surprised how, I think that will be the biggest tourism event in Nigeria subsequently. We were in New York not too long ago. The interest is there, the passion. You can't imagine the passion. And I agree with you that African countries should do more at the presidential level to make them know that this is home. Exactly. And they need to connect with home.
Yes, that's what we want. Yes.
That's what we want to hear.
Yes, yes.
Okay, do you think coming to know their roots, first of all, coming to know their roots is different from coming to settle? And do you think even if they come to settle here, it's going to solve the problem of racism in America? Because the problem is within the systems of supremacy. When the whites believe that they are more supreme than any other color in their country or all over the world, we are still battling that form of racism here. So them coming to settle in Nigeria, is that going to solve the problem of racism, ma?
We can't solve the problem of racism in America. Just as America cannot solve the problems we are facing in Nigeria. What we're saying is that as a black person, first you want to even know where you came from. Our message is not settled immediately. I can give you 10 that I've settled, actually. I can give you 10 that I've actually settled back here. But we're not saying come and say, we're saying come and even know where you came from. So when they know, like those who came last year are planning to come again this year. But for COVID-19, if you know where you're coming from, you can understand the challenges. And so when they come, I said they leave crying. Say, you mean this is what we went through? If you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you're going to. And what I'm saying is that for African continent, as long as you're a black person, if you don't work together to build this continent, the world will continue to look down on you. We're not saying come and settle. We're saying come home and see where you're coming from in the first place.
Right.
Have a feel. I tell you that these things, we take these things for granted. When they come, they are crying.
Right.
They are saying, this is what we haven't known. And then you know what they say? Why haven't we done this a long time ago? So we're beginning to start that now. But like I said, it's not for us to deal with racism in America. We have our challenges here.
Okay, I have to let you
We're
go.
saying, come home and stay home.
I have to let you go, but I must ask this final question because I still need you. So you said at the presidential level we should do something, but don't you feel that we should get some kind of a statement? I mean, Bisi mentioned it earlier that we don't have the economic power to tell America anything. Yeah, but can we at least show some kind of solidarity? Aside from what you're doing, your commission is doing, can the presidential level show some kind of solidarity to these people? Let them even know that Nigeria is behind them. Is that not possible?
Well, I've done it at my own level, and that's the much I can say. But I think first should be from the ministerial level.
Okay.
You know, the minister speaks for Nigeria as a whole.
Right.
But maybe that will come later, I don't know. But it should start from the ministerial level, and maybe from the ministerial level, the minister can advise, because the minister has to consider a lot of things before advising the president.
Right.
But we could do it at our level because we're in charge of the diaspora, and we also work with the historic African diaspora.
Right.
But I can't answer that question.
Okay.
With due respect, ma, I don't know if it's in your power to start to advise government to introduce the history of African people, the history of slave trade into our schools, so that the young children coming up will know about this slave trade, will know what happened, will know
History before the history.
not the history that they gave us that we sold ourselves,
but
the
you
real
know
history of how they beat us and carried us by force.
Okay.
So that we grow up proud, and then we know how to integrate with the Americans.
I think that history, we should even start by our own history. Even in Badagry, how many people have been there? We should start by knowing our own
I've been
history.
there.
I've been there.
I've been there.
It's because you are privileged now. How many students have been there? You are privileged. But I agree with you. But don't forget that this administration has brought back history to schools. Don't forget that for years there was not even history of your own country.
True.
The younger ones don't even know all these things about politics. How did we evolve? So history is back in Nigerian schools, thanks to the Buhari administration, and I'm sure the history will include the history of the slave trade.
All right,
so
we have to
history
go.
being back in our schools is a positive development.
All right. Thank you so much, madam, for joining. It's always a pleasure having you. We're speaking with the chairman, Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we're moving on to other topics that concerns our ministry. Special package.
Why not?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.